In this video, I want to give you an overview of our new generator service. This service is available to all Campaign Logger users. Just log in with your campaign ID. But the service right now is in beta, so we're constantly improving it. Development is on hold for a little bit while we work on the next version of Campaign Logger. And then in 2021, we'll resume development on the generator service and take it out of beta. But it has a ton of useful features right now that you can use to create custom generators with in fast and easy fashion. And that's what I want to show you in today's video. So when we go to the generator service website, the first thing we do is sign in. Then it will ask you to enter your campaign ID credentials. These will be the same login username and password that you use to log into Campaign Logger. And then after logging in, you'll see the screen, the general overview screen of the generator service. And so you can see that I've got lots of generators already created that I use for my campaigns right now. And I'll just walk you through this screen first. So in the sidebar, we have the generators item, so that's what takes you to this overview screen where you can see all of your generators that you can choose from. Then we have folders where you can now organize your generators into folders by whatever folder names that you want. You can put them into topics or by campaign or by world or region, anything that you want. You also can categorize your generators. So this allows you to get a little bit more granular. So you might have generators that span multiple folders, so it's kind of hard to make that logic work. So you can give them a category. Gives you a bit of a matrix way to organize things. But then you can also basically tag or categorize generators for faster reference. Now this is pretty interesting. We've added the generator service or integrated it into the new version of Campaign Logger, which is in beta right now. We call this new version vNext for the next version. So these categories will actually be your navigation in the new version of Campaign Logger. So here you can see on the far right of my screen all of the categories that I've added. And then within the categories, you can drill down within Campaign Logger and then trigger these generators right within Campaign Logger. However, you can also use the generator service standalone. You don't need to be using the beta version of Campaign Logger to be able to create and run generators for your campaign. We also have a settings screen here where you can change the language and you can change the different ways that the generator service looks. Now in the generator screen, here's where you create a new generator. You can upload a generator file. You can also search. So if I want to search for Byzantine name generator, it's a live search as you type kind of a feature. And you can change the way that the campaign or the generators are displayed. So right now, by default, I've set it to be card view. But you can also toggle it to be linear view or grid view if you like table format. It's a bit easier on your eyes, whatever way you prefer. If I go back into card view, I get a look at a lot of the features that you can use from the screen and within the generator service. So if I look at the Byzantine name generator, we can see that there's a name here, there's a description that you can add and edit. You can also categorize the generator, and these are the categories your generator has right now. You can run the generator, you can edit it, you can download the file so that you can share it with other people or edit it within your favorite text editor. And you can, if you're a coder and you want to use the API so that this generator service powers generators for other apps or websites, then you can manage your public tokens. And then over here we have a way to delete your generators. So let's go through creating a new generator. Let's go through actually running a generator. So this is an existing generator that I've created. It's fairly simple, so I'm going to run it. It opens up a side drawer on the right hand side here, and it then normally opens with a blank screen. You click Run Generator here at the bottom, the blue button, and then it starts generating results. And then you can keep generating whatever results that you want. You can use the clear function to clear all your results. And then if you generate some generations, you can copy then the results to your clipboard. So this is a fast way if you have Campaign Logger open in one window and this open in another. By Campaign Logger, I mean the one that's in production right now, version 1. which doesn't plug into this generator service. You can copy then the results of your generator into the clipboard and then easily paste it into your campaign logger entries. So let's go through and look at how to create a generator. So editing a generator opens up the same screen as creating. So I'll just create one, and then you can see both edit and create at the same time. So when creating, it gives you a default generator here with pre-filled values, just to give you some help and guidance as to what to put in here. So you would put in your generator name and then your description, which shows up in the overview screen. And then you this is how the folders work. So you would put your main folder name, and then you can put any number of paths or subfolders just by typing in the folder structure that you want. And then you can work on your tags. You can add and delete and create tags from within this field. And then how do you want the output to be structured? So the output of a generator is called a pattern. And so a pattern means I'm going to take a little bit from this table, a little bit from that group of data, and a little bit of this. And so as you saw on the Byzantine name generator, I have the name, which is based on first name and last name. I have names grouped by gender, so a female name will draw from the female names table, and the male names will draw from the male names table. There's a surname table, and then you saw that there is a profession, as well as bringing up the gender. So the result pattern for that involved first name, last name, gender, and occupation. So that is a pattern, and so in this one we've created one for you here. We have the name and then basically the variable or the data that you want to output. Now for result pattern, so my approach here is I'll create a generator and then I'll save it. Sorry, I will create the generator overview, like the metadata, what it's called, the tags and a description and all that, and then I'll save it. But then I will go into the code view and actually manipulate the data there. It's a bit easier at this time, but I'll show you the code view in a second. So you can, once you have the generator set up, you can test it out by running it, and you can also once it's built, and you can also validate it. So this one doesn't have pre-built data in it, so I'm going to go back and actually edit the Byzantine name generator. And you can see that I've built several tables within the generator, and then you just can keep adding new tables by the Add Table button. And so from in here, you can run the generator to test it out, and you can also validate it to double check your syntax to see if your code, and then if you validate, then it comes up with the green message up in the top right saying, yeah, you've got a good generator. If there are problems, the validator will try to point you to the exact line or area where the problem is, if it can tell. So for example, a missing comma or double quotes or something like that. So you can open up the tables here, and this will be blank if you're using the add new table function. And then your tables, you can give the table name, a brief description of it, and then you can work with your global variables here. Then you create your variables in this, and then you can add a bunch of other more advanced features. And then in your table, you can add new rows here. But as I mentioned, once I have my table set up and the kind of the metadata of the generator set up, then I switch to the code view, which you can do from that top right button. And then all of your data is available here. There's a kind of a faster way to navigate your generator on the side here. Just click and drag that up and down rather than just manually scrolling with the mouse wheel. And then you can look at all of your data here. So what I do is I prepare my data in another application, like just a plain text editor, and then I'll paste it into here. And that gives me the best of both worlds. So the generator service makes it easy to set up generators, maintain them, and then just being able to paste my code for all of my table entries allows me to batch or bulk update my generators at once. So on this screen with the table editor, you can download your data for sharing or using in other applications, or just for viewing in your editing screen, and that's in that app. In a text editor app, if you want to take my approach. You can switch between modes from YAML or JSON, and then you can switch back to your form view here, and then you can also run it and validate it from this screen. and then you can leave and save your changes down here. Within the settings, there's a credit section down below, so if you're curious about all the tech that went in behind creating the generator service and running it, it's all listed here for you. And that's an overview of the new generator service. So this is a fantastic tool for you to create custom generators, to build your world, to run sessions with, to create anything from wandering monster tables to name tables to quick NPC creators, magic item creations. If you create some cool generators with this service and feel like sharing, that would be fantastic. Go to Campaign Community and start a new thread in the generators thread and share your files there. That would be great, and then we can start building generators for each other. All right, I hope you like the generator service. Log in and give it a try.